Labor's back in power again. And if you're a property investor, you might be asking, will my strategies still hold up as a property investor? Are rents about to be kept? Or even, is it time to sell or double down? Don't move a muscle because this election result could quietly reshape your entire property investment game. What I will cover today is what we know so far about Labor's plan for property investors and key policies on tax negative gearing and rental reforms, and what smart investors should be doing right now to stay ahead. Hi, I'm Eric Lee. I'm a chartered accountant with more than 15 years of experience and a property investment advisor holding a real estate agent license as well. So, if you want trustworthy information about property investment, please hit that subscribe button and alarm button so you won't miss out any updates from me. What Labor's victory really mean for you as a property investor? Let's start with the basic. Labor's win wasn't exactly a shock, but it does come with a policy package that every investor needs to watch closely. Probably the biggest topic for property investors will be negative gearing and CGT reforms. Unlike past elections, Labor hasn't really campaigned on abolishing negative gearing or removing CGT discount, which is a bit like your tenant suddenly paying on time, pleasant but suspiciously out of character. Still, we can't just relax. Labor's platform this time focuses on housing affordability, rental protections, and increasing supply. And while that sounds harmless, these could have negative impact on landlords and investors. Let's tackle tax first. Labor has backed away from the earlier plans to scrap negative gearing or change CGT discount. So, for now, negative gearing stays and 50% CGT discount still applies if you hold the asset more than 12 months. But here's the kicker. The government is under huge fiscal pressure. So, don't be surprised if down the track they revisit these topics under the banner of tax reforms. As an accountant, I personally believe that the negative gearing and CGT discounts have been deeply rooted in our systems. There are thousands of investors relying on tax benefits from negative gearing as a support to hold on to the property, which providing the renters roof over their heads. And without those tax benefits, many investors will leave the market and property prices may collapse. Some people say that it is the way to go because of the current housing bubble are killing our economy and causing housing affordability issues. But I don't think the current issues we are facing, including housing affordability, is not just due to the tax rules, but other issues like migration policies and housing supply issues. One area where Labor is moving fast is rental protections. They've backed national frameworks for rental caps or control. Yes, they've floated the idea. And minimum standards for rental properties and longer tenancies with reduced eviction powers. Now, the state will likely ultimately legislate most of this. But Labor is using federal funding and influence to pressure states into aligning with this agenda. What does that mean for you as a property investor? Expect tighter regulations, more compliance costs, and slow rent increases, particularly if you are in places like Victoria or Queensland that are already investor unfriendly. Labor is also pledging billions for new social and affordable housing under the Housing Australia Future Fund. Now, more supply sounds like a good thing, and it is for some people, but not for some landlords. Why? More stock can slow capital growth because of the high supply. And incentives for institutional landlords like a build-to-rent project could squeeze out smaller investors. And new builds in fringe suburbs might pull demand away from your current properties. However, I think this is just one of the bold promises. And it is not the first time the same government pleaded to build more homes and hasn't even been close to what they promised before. And I don't think this time will be much different. Alright, so how do we play this? Here's what I'm advising my clients as a both accountant and a real estate agent. Firstly, review your portfolio. If your portfolio is heavily negatively geared or you are planning to buy an investment property soon, you may consider more cash flow friendly properties. So you're not overexposed if the rule changes in a few years. Or you may consider company or trust structures where appropriate. And secondly, and stay updated. Labor tends to roll out property changes gradually. Be proactive, not reactive. And remember, the investors who thrive aren't the ones who panic, but they are the ones who prepare. If you found this video useful, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future updates. And if you want a tailored strategy for your portfolio, both from the tax and a property perspective, contact me using the details in the description below. I'll be happy to help you future-proof your investments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.